overall thoughts on your defense and what's impressed you so far?
Yeah, I think our opportunities to create turnovers right now has shown up. We're playing the ball in the air a lot better in the secondary. So love the improvement there. I love to see the ball production there. But we got to continue to get better, continue to improve, continue to tighten the margins, and just keep working on it every single day.
I guess personally, what you learned from your first year as a full-time defensive coordinator last year here, and kind of what have you taken from that year?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you learn along the way. There's also, ways that your team has changed and your players have changed, and you're trying to adjust and mold the defense around, what guys' strengths and weaknesses are. So as a play call, certain situations, what to be expecting, field positions, field zones, things like that on offensive coordinator tendencies and things like that. Also just, self-scouting ourselves a little bit more throughout the season and understanding what my tendencies are as a play caller and how they'll try to attack kind of some of the things that I may be tipping off or leaning towards doing as a play caller.
Is there anything you took into that year from the year before, like the experiences you had kind of hands-on with the defense then?
Yeah, always going through the process in your mind of calling a football game and understanding what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, how you're trying to play complementary football, all three phases of the game, and calling it that way and making sure that you're not giving up explosive plays and making teams earn everything that they get. So those are kind of the things that you think about throughout the process.
You guys added a couple of defensive transfers like Brian Allen Jr. and Ricardo Jones. What do they bring to this defense?
Some experience, playmaking ability. Ricardo is a really instinctual player on the back end. You see he had the pick today. He's got great ball skills, great communication. Really good feel for seeing formations and anticipation and speaking amongst the defense of giving guys some alerts and things like that that can allow them to play fast. And Brian's just a physical guy in the front. He's very smart. He's very deep thinker on the structure of the defense, and he's still learning the structure and the techniques and fundamentals which we play within our defense. So he's progressing each and every day in that area as well. And he's a leader. He holds guys accountable.
What changes about your defense this year from last year, and is any of that maybe being more aggressive in making plays on the ball?
That's going to be a big secret. You guys will find out on game day. Now we're always, you're always trying to evolve. You're always trying to evolve with the times of football. Offenses doing different things, trying to find different ways and nuances to create coverages and schemes that are hard for the offense to see. So we're manipulating and doing some different things within coverages and some of the scheme stuff that we're evolving to become, but it's still a work in progress. Right now we're focused on the fundamentals and techniques we need to play at a high level as players, and the scheme stuff is all good, but that'll come in game planning more.
How pleased are you with your depth overall on that side of the ball?
Yeah, love the depth. I think we have guys that are, there's really no first, second team right now. Everybody's still out trying to earn their role. But as you go down the line of players in each position room, there's a lot of guys that can play football. And when you have more than one guy at a position that can go in the game and you feel really comfortable that he can go in and play at a high level, that gives you that needed depth that you need. And I think we do have that.
Linebacker's been such a strength the last couple of seasons. How do you feel about that group, especially with a couple key guys back?
Yeah, I love that group. I love Longwell. I love Rinaldi, Bryce, young guys, Austin and Josiah and J-Mo. Those guys love football. They love playing football. They come to work every single day and give everything that they have. They're smart football players. They're evolving in the system as well and starting to understand things at a higher level. So that experience that they have is showing up on the field, and I'm expecting big things out of that group this year.
Especially for Longwell, like how can he take another step?
Yeah, he's just an explosive player. I think him being able to play on all three downs and just his ability to rush and drop in coverage and the way he can navigate the run game and inside the box is really unique. The way he can torque his body and get off blocks and slip blocks are very instinctual for him. So he'll just keep progressing, understanding his whole knowledge of the game. I think seeing the picture and anticipating plays at a higher rate will allow him to make even more plays.
Martel Hight's role has changed so much from even last spring to the fall, even within the season. What does he do across the board for the team this year?
Yeah, he's a great athlete. He's focused on corner right now and improving in that area and being a guy that we can put out on the perimeter and be a guy that's capable of shutting down a receiver if we have to play man. A guy that's really instinctual in zone coverage. Obviously, he has speed and return ability in the kicking game. And anytime he can get an opportunity to get his hands on the ball and pick it off, there's an opportunity for him to take it to the house. So he just got to keep improving, keep working on his process, and staying on the things he needs to stay on day to day to become the best version of himself.
Is there anything about your personnel that makes how you have to scheme different this year? Like, is there a position group you're deeper at or somewhere you're younger that you're maybe adjusting for?
No, I don't think so. I think there's enough returning players and enough guys that we've added to where I feel pretty comfortable about all groups. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's just spring ball. We still have a long way to go between spring and summer and going through fall camp to kind of really evaluate, where the strengths and weaknesses are within our personnel and within our scheme. And once we get, towards the season, closer towards the season, we'll know how to dial up a game plan that'll work to our strengths.
Of course, you're not able to do a lot of, scrimmage work and stuff, or you haven't so far. But with that, are there any guys that are sticking out as guys that maybe taking a step up and pops?
Yeah, I think Carson Lawrence has made strides already so far this spring. He's really improving, playing the star position. I think Mason Lewis is a young guy that's shown a lot of promise. I think Caden Daniels has really shown up. I mean, yesterday he had last practice he had one of the best practices I've ever seen from a corner. He had like 6 pass breaks, up to an interception, a tackle for loss. So, those guys are really stepping up and doing some really good things. Some of the guys we've added, Edwin in the front, Brian. Excited to get CJ out there from coming back from his injury on the edge and seeing what he can do. So there's a lot of guys that have shown improvement and shown a lot of good things.
How do you feel like Star fits Carson Lawrence?
I think it's great. I think his physical traits match the position really well. I think as he continues to improve, there's going to be a lot of different things that he can do from that position, and it's going to showcase kind of what he is as a player.